Hi, Seth. Yesterday, Torts mentioned that part of the struggle that some teams have had beginning of this year is the lack of fans in buildings and maybe taken away from some concentration. Today, the team announcing that they've been approved to move forward with a plan to get fans back. I'm just wondering, how critical an element is that for you? And do you think that is a factor, concentration, having the energy and the influence that people in the building could have on a game?
Yeah, I just think it's different with no fans. I think last year in the bubble for the playoffs, we had, that playoff feel in the games. And so the fans, in my opinion, weren't as important there. You still found that intensity every game. Now it's, I think it's definitely harder to keep that energy throughout a game, whether you're up or down. And, I feel like momentum is not as big as a deal with no fans, especially if you're playing at home. If you have a big shift or a big hit or a big goal, the fans get into it, they get loud, they get excited, and that helps you. Yeah, helps make you better throughout the game and keep that same energy. So it has been very different, and I'm very excited that we just got approved for the 10% capacity and get about 2,000 fans in the arena. It's going to be awesome to see some people back in the building, get some noise, some buzz, and some excitement.
Okay, next we'll go to Brian Hedrick. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Seth, just had a couple for you. Can you hear me or no?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know. Sometimes I get reverb, but along those lines, you mentioned the bubble. Was part of the excitement, I guess, or just the atmosphere of the bubble, the fact that there was only two locations and like all the you saw all your competitors when you were walking around. I mean, it probably had that tournament feel, I'm thinking, from when you were younger. It's a big tournament, and this is different where you're going to, town to town and you can't leave your hotel and stuff like that. Is that part of the, the struggle or the challenge this year?
I'm not sure, but I definitely did get that feel, when you're 12, 14 years old in the hotel and, you have 6 teams staying there and that's all you see is hockey people, and other kids on the other teams and parents and coaches and all that stuff. But this is a little different for sure. Like you said, we can't leave the hotel for dinner. So, instead of going to walking outside, going to an hour and a half, 2-hour dinner. Say, for example, last night, we got to, whether it's order Uber Eats or do something like that here in the hotel. And, it does get repetitive a little bit, but, I think that, I think it's necessary at, the time that we're in right now. And so, we have to stay as safe as possible. And, hopefully we don't get, postponement of games and things like that. But, yeah, it's just definitely been a weird start to the year.
Well, it's a little different also too, because in the bubble, you guys are all cleared, every day with testing, and I guess you are here too, but they're definitely recommending you guys don't just hang out all the time as a team, even in the team hotel. Is that right? Like
there are other factors. I mean, it's not a bubble situation where you're not communicating with anyone outside the bubble. I think that if you have a wife or you have kids, they're going to school, your wife's going to the grocery store, they come home, that's kind of how it's happening at the moment. And it's hard to control that in a non-bubble environment.
Yeah. Last one for me is just, when you look at, obviously, Mikko Koivu retires kind of surprisingly on Monday. That opens a void, in the middle a little bit, with the center position. Kevin Stenley gets a chance here to come on in. He's been with you guys a little bit the last couple of years. I mean, are you excited for him to get that chance? And what's it been like to have, Stenley around and, as a teammate?
Sten's been great for us ever since he came in. He's played 2-3 games this year. I think he got a point in each one, and he's a big body and moves his feet well. I think he's attacking offensively when he gets the puck, and that's what we need in our team. We need to create some chances, and I see the goal he set up for Harry. He got a shot on net on Gregor's rebound goal a couple weeks ago. So I think he's playing with confidence right now, and I think that's exactly what we need up the middle.
Okay, next we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Seth. Question for you, not suggesting you have taken fans for granted or anybody took fans for granted, but have you missed them in these regular season games maybe more than you expected to? In other words, did you draw more energy from them than you realized, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. I think fans are a big part of the sport. You know, whether they're, you're playing at home and they're cheering for you, or on the road and they're booing you. I
Yeah.
think you can find energy in that, and you can find motivation. And I think, a lot of athletes say the same thing. We play the game for the fans, and we want to excite them and be exciting, and have noise and have loud buildings and have UBJ chants going off in the background when we're playing. And it's unfortunate that can't happen right now, but I think definitely, not that we take it for granted, but we definitely understand how important they are to sports in general after this situation we're in.
A different topic here. Andrew Peake, by my count, hasn't played in a game since March 8th. You've had injury absences, certainly, but can you imagine what that kid's up against tonight for his first game in 11 months? I can't imagine he's gone 11 months before between games.
A long time, and I didn't know that. I think he broke his hand last year, right? And then he didn't play again.
You're right, the bubble, yeah.
He's playing really well too up until then, and that's a long time. I mean, but I think he's been good in practice when he skated with us, and he's staying on top of his stuff. So I have no doubt, and the team has all the confidence in the world in him that he'll come in and do a great job tonight.
Thanks, Seth.
Okay, next we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, Glenn. Hi, Seth. Understanding this question comes from my perspective as a reporter, and you're obviously a player, but how badly do you just want a normal stretch of days where it's just game, practice without anything else? Or is that just normal? The stuff that happens during a season, whatever it may be, is that just part of what you expect now as an NHL player?
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry.
So obviously there have been, whether it's PL, whether it's Mikko retiring,
you're saying
whatever it is, there have been all these things that have just been, are you kidding me? This is happening today? How much do you just want a stretch of none of that?
You can call them distractions, or you can call them, whatever you want. But I think, you call it adversity if you want. But, we're going through some things as a team, and that is what it is. We're going to move by it. We're going to be business-like in our approach. And, like you said, we definitely get in that routine of game practice. Game practice is great, especially if you start winning, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. It becomes fun, and it becomes like second nature. So we have to get back to, eliminating all that outside talk. I know we're kind of the talk of the league right now at the moment, and it seems like it's not dying down, but we're going to focus on what we do inside this room and become a better team.
Nick yesterday kind of hinted at the fact that, look, that's what makes you guys who you are. You take care of whatever it is in the room, and that kind of what makes the Blue Jackets right now. Do you agree with that?
100%. I think we have a great core leadership group. Like Nick said, he leads the way vocally and by example every day. And, Cam Booter and myself, we try to do the same thing. But we have a strong room, a strong-minded room, and a mentally tough room. And I think that's what will get us through this.
Thanks, Seth.